Welcome to Guided Reading Strategies for the Content Area. Teachers guide reader-text interactions through the instructional strategies that they use and the reading guidance that they provide. The objective of this mini presentation is to learn about some of the various guided reading strategies. The instructional strategies discussed in this presentation are the KWL chart, discussion webs, guided reading procedure, Intra-ACT, SQ3R, and the DRTA. The KWL chart is also a pre-reading and a post-reading activity. It engages students in active text learning. It can be completed individually, in a small group, or as a whole group. The KWL chart has 3 columns. The first column is the Know column. Here students record what they already know about the topic being studied. This part is done before reading. The middle column is the Want to Know column. This column is also done before reading and can be added to while reading. Here students record what they want to know about the topic. This can even be questions that arise while reading. The last column is the Learned column. Here students record what they learned from the reading, either while they are reading or after they are done reading. Discussion webs encourage students to engage the text and each other in thoughtful discussion by creating a framework for students to explore text and consider different sides of an issue in discussion before drawing conclusions. The strategy follows a think, pair, share cycle where students first think about the question and their ideas based on the text. Then students share their ideas with a small group and discuss both sides of the issue. Finally, the small group share their conclusions with the whole group. The main goal of the team discussion is to draw a conclusion about the discussion of the web. This strategy can be adapted to the goals and purposes of most content area subjects. Here is an example of a discussion web to use with a math story problem. After reading the story problem, the students put the relevant information to solving the problem in the relevant column, and the information that is irrelevant to solving the problem in the irrelevant column. Then they solve the problem and put the answer below the solution box. The Guided Reading Procedure, or GRP, emphasizes careful reading of the text. It requires students to gather information and organize it around important ideas. The GRP places a premium on accuracy as students reconstruct the author's message. It has a strong factual base. There are 8 steps to conducting a guided reading procedure. First, prepare students for reading. Second, assign a reading selection. For middle school students, assign a reading section that is 500 to 900 words in length. For high school students, assign a passage that is 1,000 to 2,000 words in length. When students are finished reading, they turn the book face down and tell everything that they can remember about the reading. Once students have identified everything they can remember, ask them, "Did you leave out any information that might be important?" Redirect the students to their books and review the selection to correct inconsistencies and add further information. Organize the recorded information into some kind of an outline. 7th, extend questioning to stimulate an analysis of the material and a synthesis of the ideas with previous learning. Finally, provide immediate feedback, such as a short quiz, as a reinforcement of short-term memory. The Intra-ACT strategy lays the groundwork for reflective discussion. It requires the use of small groups whose members are asked to react to value statements based on the content of the text selection. There are 4 phases to the Intra-ACT procedure. First is comprehension. This stage promotes an understanding of the reading material to be learned. After reading the selection, the team comes together and discusses the reading. Second is relating. The team leader shifts the discussion from the ideas in the reading to the personal reactions to the reading. Third is evaluation. A game sheet is used in this phase, which has a set of 4 declarative statements based on the content of the reading. Each student decides if they agree or disagree with the statement. Then they predict if the other members will agree or disagree with the statement. Fourth is reflection. In this phase, students reveal how they responded to the 4 statements. As they listen to the other group members' responses, the student checks whether their predictions agreed with the members' actual responses. The directed reading thinking activity engages students in making predictions about a text, reading the text, and discovering the accuracies of those predictions. An advantage of the DRTA is that it assists listeners in clarifying the purpose of the reading. In addition, the DRTA provides a frame for self-monitoring because the teacher pauses throughout the reading to ask students questions. Because the text is viewed and read by students as well as the teacher, it is considered to be a form of shared reading. The steps of the strategy is as follows. First, introduce background knowledge. Second, make predictions. The teacher can ask questions that invite predictions such as, what do you expect the main idea of the article will be? From the title, do you anticipate that the author will be for or against? Will this story have a happy or tragic ending? After students have made several predictions, read a selection of the text, stopping at predetermined places in the text. Ask students to check and revise their predictions. This step is crucial to the DRTA strategy. Have students consider these key questions. What do you know so far from the reading? How do you know it? What do you expect to read next? Finally, after the reading is complete, use student predictions as a discussion tool. The beauty of the DRTA strategy comes apparent in this step. The blank stares and silence of students reluctant to respond is minimized when the discussion question or answer lies in their own handwriting on the DRTA record sheet. What did you expect to happen before we began the reading is easily recalled when the student has a record of his or her own thoughts to consult. SQ3R is designed to help students set purposes for reading and engage them in reading for answers to significant questions. It stands for Survey, Question, Read, Recite, and Review. Here is what students do in each of the steps. Survey. Look over the text. Pay attention to headings and subbars. Question. Ask questions such as, what do I know about this? What is the main idea? Read. Look for answers to questions. Slow down at hard parts. Recite. Say aloud what you've read. Take notes in your own words. Review. Look at your notes. Answer questions at the end of the reading. The strategies discussed in this presentation are only a few of the available guided reading strategies. For more strategies, 50 content area strategies for adolescent literacy and 50 literacy strategies step by step are excellent resources.